What is up, YouTube family? I'm bringing you back with another subscriber first wholesale deal interview. Closed 2 deals. First deal for 15, the other one for 4G. I'm bringing him on to share with you guys his stories, how he closed the first wholesale deal. No sales pitch, all free game for you, free info. Take notes. The only thing left for you to do is put in the WORK. Remember, knowledge without execution is worthless. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now, baby. Now or never. Put your hands together, smash that thumbs up. Help me welcome Joe. What's going on, dude?
Thank you, man. Pleasure to having me here.
Did I sound like the WWE, bro?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. On my right-hand corner, we got Jay. So what's your how do I pronounce your last name, bro?
Macias.
So on my right-hand corner, I got Joe Macias, just closed his first deal for 15G.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. So for those, a little background about yourself, man, and then how do Joe? You're only 20, right?
Yes, sir. I just turned 20.
Okay. So a little background about yourself, how you got into real estate. All right. Do you go to school, still in college, or whatever it is, right? And then we can talk about your first wholesale deal, bro.
Okay, I'll keep this brief. I always knew I wanted to be a millionaire. I just didn't know how. Since I was a little kid, I saw the people with cars, people with big houses. I was like, man, I want to be there. I grew up low income, and I thought there was really not going to be a way besides sports. I tried sports, that didn't work out. In high school, I got bad grades. I dropped out of college when I saw Kong on TikTok with
No way.
50 grand wholesale deals. I dropped it. At first,
Joe, for real, bro, you drop out of college?
Yes, sir. I dropped out of college. I dropped out when I barely turned 19.
Okay. And then so you drop out before you saw my TikTok or after you saw my TikTok?
Around the same time.
So it kind of lit the fire within you and knowing that entrepreneurship is the route you want to go?
Yes, sir. I want to be my own boss. I want to make my own money.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go get this money.
Let's make this money.
Okay. So keep going, bro.
All right. So what happened was that I started in July, YouTube University, of course. I didn't have money to buy courses or anything like that, scripts.
Nice.
I really wanted to buy all your scripts at one time, but I just couldn't. So I went to YouTube University. I started in July. I put in the hours. I watched like at least 10 videos a day. Jerry Norton, Max Maxwell, Ask Flipman, of course you. I watched all of them. I took down notes. I made sure to even watch them twice. And I did that every single day. I put on notifications for every single channel. I watched everything, man. I just knew I needed to improve in everything. I knew there was always room to improve. So I watched all the videos. Then in August, I attempted wholesaling in Cali, manual dialing. Whoa, that was a nightmare. Manual dialing, here in Cali, you need a lot of marketing and a lot of money for marketing, so that didn't work out. In September, I dropped it in Cali. Late September, I found RJ Bates III. He had a 50 deals, 50 states in 50 days live video. So I joined him. I learned from him. I made sure to ask questions, and we actually ended up doing a JV. It didn't go through, so let me explain a little bit about that. So with Batch, the 500 free texts. Yep. So I got those. I skip traced it. And in those first 500 free texts, the seller gave me a house for free, basically.
Okay, hold on. So for those, Joe use Batch leads. I'll leave their link right below in the descriptions. Use my affiliate link, and you get 500 text message for just $1. All right, that's it. If you don't have $1, man, I don't know what to say. Maybe this is not the game for you. Okay, so I'll leave the link right below. Batch leads. You can skip trace. You can also send out text message, 500 text message for $1 when you first sign up with them. Okay, go.
Yes, sir. So I got a deal that was basically free. The guy owed $11,000 in back taxes and liens. Liens was something that happened because the house wasn't in livable situations. The seller explained everything to me. I asked RJ during the live. I was like, hey, can you check this out? Is it a good deal? You're like, man, you should have locked it up on the phone. That's a perfect deal. The spread that we thought we were gonna get was 40 grand right off the bat. But the thing is that the seller didn't tell us everything. There was judgments, there was other liens, and the house was just destroyed. It our first rehab price was about 40 to 60K. It ended up being 80 to 100. So that completely tore down our profits. We still could have wholesaled it, but because of the judgments that were on the property, we just couldn't continue. Right now, we're still trying to get that closed, but there's just too many legal aspects in it. So we dropped that. In about October, I met Wendy Thompson from Ricks and Sons Holdings and Jenny, and she taught me how to wholesale land. So what happened is that in January, we got that first contract for 4K land, and we closed it in about a month. And then in February, we got 2 vacant lots. And all this is virtual wholesaling in San Antonio, Texas. The market was crazy. We got these lots for a good price, a good discount. We ended up getting the property, the 2 vacant lots for 40 grand. We sold it for 30K more. Our team made about, in both deals, we made about 40 grand. My take was about 19 to 20 grand. And man, I was excited. When I saw the money in the account, 20 pounds of stress came off my head. I'm not kidding at all.
Good. Hey, good for you, good, Joe. Good for you, man. I'm happy for you, dude. So since the time that you start actually learning about wholesaling, how long after that did it take you to close your first deal?
About 5 to 6 months.
Okay, 5 to 6 months. For those of you who's watching, same thing with me. It took me about 6 months of just working and grinding, learning and networking with all of that. When you're starting out from the bottom, I mean from the bottom, right? No connection, no nothing, no knowledge, no experience. You have to go learn and acquire that. It takes time. So it took me 6 months, right? Don't let people fool you that, hey, you did it with, I mean, listen, it's possible, but it's really rare. I've interviewed people that have closed their first deal in 30 days. Okay. But the point is not about closing the first deal. The closing the first deal matters, but what really matters after that is how can you get deals consistently every single month? Because some people, they get lucky once and then guess what? Poof, they go for another 6 months, couldn't even get a deal. All right. Just to make sure you got to keep the grind going and you got to take the money, the profit, and just keep on feeding that business. So, okay, Joe, how do you get this? So you're doing it all virtually. How do you get the vacant land under contract, or like what list did you pull, or how did you got it, man?
So I was blessed with, like how I mentioned, Wendy Thompson. She is my mentor. She helped me by getting me a dialer, a Mojo dialer,
Okay.
which what that is that, so you upload a list onto Mojo and it lets you call 3 numbers at a time. Whoever answers first is the seller that you speak to. And well, we just went through our normal script and whatever. And then for the list, Wendy Thompson, she also got the list. She scrubbed it. She made sure it was a good list. And I called all those numbers and I found the needle in the haystack.
Oh, dang. Okay.
And
how big is the list?
That list was about 4,000 contacts.
Okay. And how many hours did you put in a day?
A day, from anywhere from 4 to 8 hours.
Like, I want people to understand it takes work, man. And you just got to freaking willing to hustle and grind. You just got to willing to pay the price up front. I remember when I got in, man, I got off my JOB. Then I went to the mall, hustle and grind on my little side hustle, on my small business, selling hair extension in the mall, get off at 9 p.m., go home, eat, sit on my computer from 9:30 all the way to midnight, 1 a.m. And I did that for I think almost a year. Just going on, I go on and I hit expire listing. I pull expire listing, right? Anybody that listed property with an agent couldn't sell their property. I go back like 4 to 5 or 6 years back. I pull everything and I just sit there and I would literally, right, type all these letters up, print them out, and then handwrites all the envelope and then mail it out to them every single day. So I want you guys to understand, man, it's not easy. It takes work, but one deal, boom, can change the course of your life. Because it went from a fantasy to become a reality. Like, wow, I can really do this. And man, when you get a taste, like it's like a shark in the water, right? Dude, when I got that taste of that little blood, that little money, oh man, dude, game over, baby.
Yes,
right? Because my
sir.
first dude, it was game over for me. Okay, so now okay, so she gave you the list. Do you know where she got that list?
Yeah, she got it from Propelio.
Okay, got it. So she got the list, she scrubbed it, sent it over to you. Okay. And how much, so the vacant lot, is it off market or on market deal?
Everything was off market.
Okay. That's how you, for those of you who's watching, that's how you get the best deal. It's not on market. I'm not saying you can't get good deals on market, but off market deals are the best because, you know, because the property owner only dealing with you, nobody knows about it. Now okay, and how much you got the lot for?
The lot, yes. The first one I got it for 32.5. It was
Okay.
1.3 acres. That
Okay.
was in January, and we sold it for 42.5 for a 10G profit.
Okay. And you partner with her, right?
Yes, sir.
So you guys split what, 50-50?
Well, my take was about 50%.
Okay. So okay, now how do you guys find the buyer?
So she has been in the game for at least like 2 or 3 years now. So she
Okay.
had cash buyer list. I also did my own advertising on Facebook, on anywhere where I could see that there's some cash buyers that are interested in investing. Um, and then once we had that, we just took it a title. We put zero money down. We let
Okay.
our buyer put the money down. We explained everything to the seller. We don't lie about anything. We tell them straight up, we're not the ones buying it. We have investors that are ready, they're looking to buy, and we could buy your property cash. And if this investor it meets their criteria, then it's a done deal.
So you tell them that you're gonna wholesale it?
I don't tell them, I never say the word wholesale it. I
Okay.
say, so I work with a group of investors that are looking to buy some properties in the area. We're looking to buy at least 3 to 5 properties this month. Will you be interested in selling your property? And then if they say no, God bless you, have a nice day. If they say yes, we go through the script, get their information, and then we pass it on to our CRM, and it goes from there.
Right, but you mentioned that you explained to them, so you do tell the seller, hey, we're not the ones gonna buy the property.
Yeah, yes, we tell them that we're basically putting an assignment fee or a finder's fee on top of what we're getting them, but what they're getting is guaranteed unless there's some type of lien or mortgage, something that pops up on the property.
So you tell them that you are going to make a fee out of this.
Yes, we be straight up with everybody. We don't,
Okay.
because eventually they're gonna find out, right? They're gonna find out even when they sign the contract or at closing table. They're gonna find
Wait,
out sometime.
the seller, you said.
Yes, the seller.
Okay, so for those of you who's watching, Joe, I don't know how it works on your states or however it works, but seller, as far as I know, never finds out how much you make. The only person that really finds out how much you make is the buyer. Seller will never know. Okay, so just an FYI for those of you who's listening, buyer knows, but seller don't. Okay, but you know, there's different ways to go about it. You know, like Joe, you can tell the seller, hey, I'm gonna make a fee, I'm gonna tack on top of the fee or whatever it is. I typically don't say it unless the seller asks, right? I just tell them, hey, I work with a group of investors just like you. We're looking to buy some properties, and that's it, right? And if they ever ask, right, then I will tell them, you know, who's your investor, but typically they don't. Okay.
Yes. And we don't do that in all cases. It's just like on the hard ones, we tell them, like sometimes they're like, oh no, we don't want to sell anymore, this and that. So we go further into the process, then they actually understand the process, and they're like, okay, that sounds good. As long as I make my money, let's do it.
So, okay, now Joe, okay, because I don't want to confuse the listener. So you say that unless they want to go further into the process, what do you mean, bro?
Like if we're having a hard time contracting them, we just explain more to them. We explain, we don't explain the whole process, but we explain that we're here to help you in your situation. We're trying to find you the best solution. And in that process, we do make a commission or some type of fee. And once the property closes, you get your amount. And like I said, it doesn't happen in all times. Usually we just say, we work with a group of investors and we're looking to buy some more properties this month. Are you considering to sell your property?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so now how did you find, so who found the buyer?
So that was my dispo team, Jenny.
Okay, so so is she on your team or is she on your mentor's team?
Well, we're all a team. So,
Okay,
well, she was at first with my mentor.
okay. So now are you on, now you off on your own, Joe, or are you still working with your mentor?
I'm still working with my mentor.
Okay, got it. And then she's the one who has the team, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. I got you, bro. Okay. So, I mean, that is pretty much, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Because vacant land is pretty simple.
Yes.
How much of a deposit do you have your buy put down?
Usually about $2,500.
Okay. And for those that are like looking for vacant land, what are some things that you want to look for in a vacant land?
Oh, definitely. So when you call a seller about vacant land, you want to ask if the property has utilities on site. What that means is that usually when there's utilities on site on a property, like if there was a building before, they demolished it, or they just installed utilities, but they didn't build anything, the property is usually worth more. But if it doesn't have utilities, it's worth less. There's a different process to go about it. You also want to ask if the property has a survey or if the seller has a survey available. A survey explains the lines and the areas of the property. You also want to ask the questions like, does it have any back taxes, liens, or mortgages that you know about? Things like that. We also confirm the acreage with them. We go onto the appraisal site of whatever market we're in, and we confirm the stuff with them. But if they do know the information, we just get it and we go from there.
Gotcha. Got it. So yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with vacant land, the most important thing is just like Joe said, is utilities. Because when the utilities are there, you know that that lot is buildable. When there's no utility there, it's a little bit more complicated. The buyer would have to go through a certain process with the city or the county to make sure that, hey, can they get utilities to the lots, right? And is the lot buildable? So it takes a little bit more time when it comes to vacant land. So when you deal with one that, you know, already have utilities service there, then obviously you figure out how much the lot is worth. Now, how do you know how much lot are worth, Joe?
So we pull our comps, just like a regular property. We see if there's comps in the area. And then from there, we choose the best comps and we get our ARV.
Got it. And another one is that if you're having trouble, whether it's vacant land or house, you can always call some realtor in the area and then just ask them, hey, I'm looking to buy some, you know, a vacant lot in the area. This is the area, right? You don't have to give them the lot number or whatever. Just say, hey, I'm looking to buy in this area. How much is a vacant piece of lot go for? Like half an acre, quarter an acre, whatever it is that you try to compare to, just ask them that. And typically if the realtor is active, that does a lot of business, they'll be able to give you an answer very quickly.
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, Joe, that's pretty much wrapping it up, man. So how long have you been in the game now, bro?
So I've been in the game for about 8 months.
Woo! Good for you, man. And since you're only 20, Joel, are you still living with your parents or you're out on your own or what's your situation, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm living with my parents at the moment, and I'm going to move out as soon as I pay off all their debt, pay off all my debt, buy them a house, and have enough money for me to rent a property or buy a property.
Got it. So for those of you who's listening, and Joel, this is just my opinion, dude. Okay? This is just my opinion, man. So for those of you who's listening, if you can live with your parents, as long as you can, right? So you can juice up, okay? So you don't have to pay rent to someone, all right? maybe help your parent out a couple $100 a month with rent, right? And just stay there, suck it up, man, until you build up a massive business. When I say massive business, maybe for some of you it's 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 50,000 a month, right? I'm thinking when you can get to the point where your business can pump out maybe 10 to 20 G's net, 10 to 20 G net a month in your pocket. At that time, maybe, you know, think about moving out. But if you're going to buy something, Joe, honestly, man, if I were you, dude, I would buy a duplex. That way you can live on one side and then have your parent live on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To me, that's more, you know, reasonable. And if you're single, dude, you can rent out your bedroom. That way have your renter maybe help out to pay for the mortgage versus buying them a house, unless that's their dream, right? Unless that's their dreams and you want to fulfill it, great for you, man. If they don't really care, that's what I would do, just to be a little bit smarter. And then once you live in the duplex for, let's just say 2 years, and then maybe you can now buy a house and then rent out both sides, take the profit from that rent, and then have that pay for your house for your parent.
Right. And
just an FYI.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Correct, man. Now you have a rental. Your rental is paying for the house that your parent lives in. Boom. Right?
That's a goal.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Joel, for those that wants to connect with you, man, how can they?
They could follow my page on Instagram, joe.mxs. That's pretty much it at the moment. I do have Facebook as well, Joe Macias. You could hit me up there, DM me, ask me any questions. And I did want to mention something to you, Khang, right before I let you go.
Sure.
So about 3 or 4 months ago, you had Cold Call Roleplay.
Yep.
And I was one of the first ones in there.
Okay.
And man, I was in there. I was talking for about 5 seconds. I said some dumb stuff and you hanged up on me. You were like, man, this guy, just like today, Cold Call Roleplay, I saw you were about to start swinging at that kid. That was the same situation with me. And I've come a long way from there and I'm still learning and I want to scale my business and everything. So I really appreciate you, Khang. If it wasn't for you starting your social media on TikTok, I wouldn't have been here. So thank you.
Bro, dude, thank you for the kind word, man. Thank you for the kind word. Thank you for the love and support. So Joe, so when you jump on the role play, that was what, how many months ago?
About 4 months ago.
Okay, so 4 months ago, and that's when you kind of, you know, still kind of new into the game, right?
Yeah, I was really new.
Now, here's my next question to you. Is what have changed since then on your talking and negotiating skills with the seller that you can share, like some tips that you can share with the audience, man?
So when I call somebody, in my opinion, I don't like to say, hi, is this Mr. Smith? I say, hey, Mr. Smith, this is Joe, enthusiastically. And I say, well, I was just giving you a call and I'm an investor here in the San Antonio area. And I was just calling to see if you consider selling your property. And from there, if they say yes, I go on with my script. I ask them, okay, so when was the last time you remodeled the property or made any updates? They say their things, whatever they have to say. I go on to confirm the bedrooms, the bath. I confirm a lot of things. But what you always want to do with a seller is hold your ground. Like you said, don't talk too much. You want to let them talk, get all the information that you can, see if they're motivated or not, because that's a part of this business, that motivated sellers are the best sellers to get. They'll sell at a discount because either they're in a problem or they need to, I don't know, pay something or something like that. But we always want to find the best solution for them. We hear them out and then we just give them the best solution for them.
Boom. Joe, man, I want to say thank you so much, bro, for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love, support. For those of you who's watching, if you enjoy this, please show my guest Joe some love. Boom. Smash that thumbs up for me. Until next time, if you recently closed your first wholesale deal and you want to jump on for an interview with me, love to bring you on and have you onto the channel. The reason I do this is to inspire and motivates those of you who's out there struggling, trying to get your first deal. I want to let you know that it's not just me doing deals, but there are regular people just like Joe and I and many other that willing to put in the WORK. It's not for the lazy people. It's not for the one that want to get rich quick. If you have to get rich quick mindset, you will crash no matter what business you're in, because you go for the short term instead of the long term. It takes lots and lots and lots of work, hard work. I'm telling you, you got to willing to pay the price up front. And whenever you decide to give up, I want you to remember this and must remember this. Whenever you decide to give up, you must understand that you're not giving up on yourself, but you're giving up on the people that depend and need you to succeed, to give them the life that they deserve. Your husband, your wife, your parents, your kids. They need you to succeed. So when you give up, you gave up on all of them and your dreams. And guess what? You're going to be stuck at the J-O-B until you're 65, baby. And that's worse. And you say, well, entrepreneur is hard. Wholesaling is hard. Working for someone is hard. Waking up and clocking in and out 8 hours, 5 days a week and asking for people for time off. That is hard. Working until you're 65. That is hard. My question is, you choose your hard. Which one do you want?
Facts.
But nothing is easy. Until next time, man. Thanks, you guys. Joe, thanks, bro.
Really quick, I want
Yes.
to give back to the community, so I want to send you some cash so you can do a giveaway to the community.
Ooh, what?
Yes, sir. I want to help the community. I've gained a lot of knowledge from you, so I want to give back.
Okay. So how much are we doing, and what are we gonna do, bro? So how much do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, I want to give you $500 so you can do a giveaway however you'd like, you choose. I just want to give to the people that are really putting in the work, that want to succeed, that are putting away the bad influence, the bad habits, the drugs, or whatever that's keeping you from getting to whatever you want to be. So I want to give it to them so they could be able to launch themselves into this business.
Joe, dude, that is so nice and kind of you, bro.
Yes,
if
sir.
you do that, and if I don't do anything, dude, hey, come on, man, shit. You know I gotta step it up. So Joe put in 500. I'm gonna put in 500. So this is out of the blue. So we're gonna pick two winners. Here is what I want you to do.
Okay.
I want you to text me, those of you who's watching, okay? Text me your PayPal email over to 206-208-0676. 206-208-0676. Text me your PayPal email over there, and then go follow Joe on Instagram. I'll make sure I pop it right down below. Okay, make sure you follow Joe on Instagram. Text me over there. I will pick two winners. Okay, Joe, you can pick one winner from your Instagram. Tag me in it.
Perfect.
Make sure that you show them that you send the fund, and then I'll pick one on my end that I'm going to show you, and then I'll tag you also, and then we'll put it on our IG story.
Okay, and this you can also hit me up on TikTok at universal.joe.
You got it. All right, you guys, let's go get this money.
Let's go get this money, baby.
That's right. So Joe, remember, man, when the winner, put it on your stories that you pay them, tag me in it. I'll share it to my story, and then same thing, okay?
Yes, sir. God
All right.
bless.
Take care. Ciao, bro.